Hot out of the store today, Target exclusive Legends Series 8. Welcome everyone, Kyle here, back again with the channel, and today we got something special. Something that could not wait. Normally I get stuff, I save it for the weekly purchases video, but not today. I got these today via our old friend, that old outlaw, Waylon Jennings. He was traveling today, hit me up with a hot message. Hey, aren't you looking for these? He knows, that old rascal. But Waylon Jennings found these bad boys for me, picked them up from him today, and we're going to unbox them here today. Target exclusive, Legends Series 8, Ultimate Warrior, Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorf, Eddie Guerrero, Jake the Snake Roberts, regular edition, non-chase. But we're going to open all four of these right now like we always do. We'll go through each one, talk about them, and then at the end we'll put them in order of how we like them. So here it is. Let's get down to it. Let's unbox them. Alright guys, let's start it off. Let's start with Eddie Guerrero in Legends Series 8. Like I said, Target exclusive on these ones, just hitting the stores right now. Some shipper displays, as you can see, it sounds like with these. That should make finding these hopefully a lot easier for all of us. Somebody like me, you know, I need multiples of that Ultimate Warrior. I gotta hunt those down. I'm happy to have one, but you know, I need a few more. But the shipper display should really help. Being the holidays, a little bit more product. I gotta think and I gotta believe we'll be able to find these. The last set, it's not all said and done yet, but we found those pretty easily as a whole. Some people struggled with the Chase Greg Valentine, but I gotta feel that these new ones will find them just fine. But let's start with Eddie Guerrero. Let's open him up. Let's take a look at him. Here's Eddie in the package right there. I'm Your Poppy t-shirt. A very throwback to Jakks Classic Superstars Series 17. A video on action figure review we just did on the channel about a week ago or so. So check that out. You'll see this exact same figure this is based on. So this is the Mattel version of the Jakks Classic Superstar. But an awesome looking figure. Some of you guys know this is 2 per case, so this should be the easiest one to find. I do believe the Paul Orndorf will be the peg warmer, but we got a good chance to find the Eddie out there. There he is on the side. You got that glamour shot with the blonde tips in the hair. You know, Eddie was known for that kind of later on in his career. The other side has the same top window. And then, of course, the back. There you go. There's the whole heavy hitter lineup we talked about. There's the picture of Eddie. True effects on these. Titles: WWE Champion, Intercontinental Champion, WWE Tag Team Champion. Viva la Raza. He would lie, he would cheat, and he would steal. But there was no denying that Eddie Guerrero was one of the greatest performers to ever lace up a pair of boots. After making his mark in ECW, WCW, and around the world, Eddie finally won the WWE Championship in 2004. With an impact that can still be felt to this day, there's no getting enough of Latino heat. So let's see. Let's open it up and see if that rings true with this figure, what we think about it. Pull it out here. Get this. See you later. Look at that. There's that Legends background we've got accustomed to with the last set. See you later. Here is the old glamour shot, Eddie. As you can see, comes with an extra set of hands. Both hands aren't really extra, you know, special. They're both kind of basic hands, I guess you would say. I don't know if for this figure it really matters which hands you use. At least doesn't to me. No twist ties, none of that fun stuff here. Just pop him right out. See you later. Not bad. A good head scan. I got a little bit of a brown spot on his nose. That's always frustrating. It's not really that noticeable, but noticeable if you look real hard. Let's see, you got the Latino on the back of his tights there. You can see him right here, Latino, I'm Your Poppy. So like I said, a callback to the Jakks Classic Superstars Series 17. Probably my favorite Eddie Guerrero of the Jakks days. Maybe, you know, it's up there. But a good figure, solid. You know, we've had Eddies in the past, but it feels like an eternity since we've had an Eddie Guerrero figure. It's been a long time. We did have one, you know, the throwback to his WCW day one. That was a Hall of Champions Target exclusive, similar to this, being a Target exclusive. We also had a 4-pack, that WCW 4-pack, Target exclusive once again. And then we had this one here. So I believe this might even have been a Target exclusive as well. I can't remember off the top of my head, but we've had quite a few Eddies over the years, but he seems to be a Target expert. And we also had that original one, which is one of the few Mattels I have never opened up. I still have that one in pack. Never got around to it. Now it's $100 and some figure. Maybe one of these days we'll unbox it on the channel. Maybe I'll do that one of these days. I need to get around to it. But a few Eddies over the years, but we haven't had an Eddie in a long, long time. So I think this will be very popular. Should be fairly easy to get with the quantities we're starting to see already in Pop Finder and these shippers, and Eddie being 2 per case. That should bode well for those of you that are really wanting to get this Eddie. So there you have it. But Eddie's one of the big superstars. We haven't had a figure in a long time, so now is the time. Now is the time to get your Eddie Guerrero figure. But very cool. No paint application issues outside of a little bit of brown on his face. No bleeding from the shirt, like we do see sometimes, some bleeding onto the skin, the plastic, but none of that going on. You know, kind of a run-of-the-mill Eddie, but like I said, I keep saying, we haven't had an Eddie in so long. Any Eddie is welcome at this point, especially for you hardcore Eddie Guerrero fans. So there you have it. There's Eddie with another Eddie we've had in the line somewhat recently, a few years ago at least. But that's Eddie Guerrero. Let's look at the next one. All right, next up we got Jake the Snake Roberts. One of the most famous wrestlers in the WWF, WWE of all time, if you ask me. In the 80s, everybody knew who Jake the Snake was, and everybody knows who Jake the Snake is today. So definitely deserved in Legends Series 8 or any Legends line. You know, there was a lot of thought. You know, the last Legends, Series 7, Sting was pulled out of the set at the last minute. A lot of people thought that Jake the Snake, now that he is with AEW, would have been yanked from the set. However, it did not happen. And let alone, he got 2 figures in this line, as he is the Chase figure. This is the regular edition Jake the Snake Roberts. The Chase is the green tights. That's the only really difference between them. I have obviously not found the green one yet. These just hit the stores today, especially in my area. But I look to get that green Jake Roberts hopefully soon. I'm not sweating it yet. There's no Jake the Snake Roberts anxiety. But, you know, it could come. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But I think I'll be able to find it. But let's take a look at Jake. There he is. This is WrestleMania 3 timeframe Jake, I believe, is what this represents. I always like these tights with the blue and the kind of the maroon. Got his snake bag and snake. We've seen both of these in the past, so that is reuse. There's that picture on the side. You know who that is when you see it. Same thing on the other side. Legally is on the bottom. Nothing fun on top. And then, of course, the back with the lineup, the Jake bio, and Jake. You guys know I love the little bios on the back. I think that every toy should have some kind of a bio. It doesn't have to be as long as this, but we need something. Let's see what it says about Jake the Snake Roberts. From the moment Jake the Snake Roberts stepped foot in a WWE ring, he made a lasting impression. A master of psychological warfare, Jake weaved hypnotic words to get inside his opponent's head before the bell even rang. Once the match started, his burlap sack twitched in the corner, meaning that his python Damien couldn't wait to wrap his coils around someone. The end wasn't a matter of 1, 2, 3, but rather a matter of DDT. Take that to bed with you. Think about that one. So there you go. Looking at Jake in the package, he does kind of have a faraway look in his eye. I don't know. It's a little different. It almost looks like his mustache and lips are a little off. I'll have to look a little closer, but we'll see. He does come with 2 pointer finger hands. Once again, I don't know if those make that much of a difference. Maybe they do. And like I said, we have reuse of the snake and reuse of the sack. But let's open it up. Let's get down to the business. Let's see what the fuss is all about. See you later, Jake the Snake. We'll take a peek in there. There he is. Look at that. Once again, it seems like forever since we've had a Jake the Snake figure. I'm trying to think what the last one was. Was it the 2-pack All-Star? No, it wasn't. It was the Harley Race flashback set. That was our last Jake the Snake, and I know very well that very few people got that Jake the Snake, so that one almost doesn't count. But we did get the All-Stars 2-pack Jake the Snake, and we've had a few other ones over the years. See you later. Get that sack. There's that little sack. It feels different, but I don't think it's any different. But it feels almost like a stocking, like like we're getting ready for Christmas here. It's going to be a green Christmas, and this is the stocking that goes in it, is what it feels like. Pull Jake out. Oh, Jake is locked in here. Got to free him. Got the snake all tied up, of course. One of these days, I always say it, I'm going to cut my finger off, and I'm going to keep recording. I'll put it to the side. I'll deal with it later. Get that off there. All right, Jake is out. Razor blade away. See you later. Well, I thought we had a loose ab crunch for a second. Is there anything worse than that? Opening something up and having a loose ab crunch, but nope. There it is. Boy, the detail on the boots are just awesome. I love the blue, how it pops as well. A great, great figure here. I just think the face is a little off. And I don't know if that's just mine. I don't know if you can see real close. I don't know, just something about that mustache in his mouth and maybe the eyes. I don't know if it's just a bad... I don't know. It's just a little bit off. It's definitely not noticeable unless you get right up there and stare at it. But another phenomenal figure. I love Jake the Snake. A lot of us as a kid probably loved Jake the Snake, and a lot of people love him now. But a must-have figure in this line, especially there's been so many new collectors in the last couple of years of this Mattel line that I guarantee missed some of these Jakes in the past. This is your chance to get another Jake, and this is probably one of the best Jakes that's been released. And better yet, you got a chance at a chase. You can get the green tights. You can get the regular tights. Here's the green tight one. I just had this one handy that I grabbed from my collection. A little different snake, green tights. I believe this was the All-Stars 2-pack. Don't quote me on that, but that was the first one I saw that I grabbed to do a little bit of a comparison to. But Jake the Snake, very welcome in this Legend set. You know, a must-have legend, and I think a great chance, a lot like Eddie Guerrero. We haven't had a Jake that's been easy to get for a while. This is a great opportunity for new collectors to jump in and get a Jake the Snake. So another slam dunk. This is turning out to be a great set. I think we all thought that going into it anyways, but opening it up and taking a look at him in person, that's confirming it. But let's go to the next one. Let's take a look at Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorf. All right, next up in Legends Series 8, we got Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorf, an early WWF superstar. I followed him into WCW. He's been around forever. A lot of us know him, but I think it's enough time has passed over the years that the younger generation is starting to forget about Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorf. So hopefully this figure brings that back into the limelight. I think we got to call a spade a spade. We got to be honest with these reviews. And I do think he will be kind of the Bobby Heenan of the set. I think he will be the peg warmer, the easiest one to find. You go back to that early Legends, Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorf. That was a heavy peg warmer in my area. Probably yours. Let me know in the comments if that was a heavy peg warmer for you. But I want another Mr. Wonderful. I'm of that age that likes and wants Mr. Wonderful. I think there's others out there. But we all got to admit to ourselves, between Eddie Guerrero, Jake the Snake, and that Warrior figure, Mr. Wonderful is probably number 4 on most people's list. But looks like a good figure. It actually looks a lot better than those prototypes, those kind of computer-generated prototypes we got with this one. This is actually the first time I've seen it in person as far as being real, not digital. So it'll be a little interesting, but it looks better than that rendering, I think, for sure. I think that was a horrible render in the face of the graphic 3D image picture we got, or whatever you want to call it. But let's take a look. Mr. Wonderful. I love that he comes with his robe. He comes with the red robe, where we all know the last one came with blue, so that is really good for us hardcore collectors, getting something different. There he is on the side. Mr. Wonderful is one of the first jacked up guys back in the day. Had a big feud with Hulk Hogan, as a lot of us know. Let's look at the back here. There it is. Still not the greatest head scan in the world. They could have done better, I feel, but it's much improved, like I said, over that 3D rendering. A man who could be Hulk Hogan's best friend or his worst enemy. Mr. Wonderful had the physique, the power, and the intensity to match the Immortal One. Whether he had Bobby Heenan by his side or palling around with Rowdy Roddy Piper, Orndorf was a constant thorn in Hogan's side. Their legendary rivalry set the world on fire in the mid-80s as they shared the greatest stage of them all in the main event of the very first WrestleMania. Which is technically true. Most people think of Piper-Hogan feud there, but Wonderful was involved. Orton, Snuka, Mr. T, of course. So there you go. But you can relive that. You know, we got Mr. T coming out very soon. So there it is, Mr. Wonderful. Let's open it up. Let's see. Let's see what's doing with the Mr. Wonderful one. Master of the pile driver, just like I'm master of the see you later. And there's the plastic picture prison. Comes with an extra set of hands. So far on these extra set of hands in all 3 of these have really not been anything really that special. It just seems like an extra set of hands, which is okay. But, you know, I think we all agree we like the extra hands when they mean something. You know, when it's a signature pose or it adds to it. I mean, a closed fist or an open fist doesn't really matter with Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorf. Should note, you can see he's packaged with the robe outside. I do feel Mattel learned their lesson after Rick Rude Gate. We all know SummerSlam Elite 77 series with Rick Rude and all the struggles with the paint, getting bled on with the jacket and the whole debacle that was. See you later. Beautiful robe. Red, got the tie on it. Love these kind of robes. Hopefully it doesn't bleed onto it. A little tip, you wash these, you put it in like one of those delicates bags, put it through your wash cycle. That should get some of that out so it doesn't bleed onto your figure. There we go. See you later. So basically a jacked up version of Paul Orndorf. Definitely looks better in person than those renderings I talked about. Just an old school figure, you know, tights. There's no face paint. There's no nothing. I love, he's got Mr. Wonderful on the back. Thank goodness the paint isn't ruined on these tights. You guys all know Hammergate of 2020. Out of all the travesties in 2020, I got to think Hammergate was right up there at the top, where I had my Chase Greg Valentine, finally found it after sweating it out in stores for a long time, and it was all rubbed off. Maybe it's not that big a deal. It's probably not the worst thing of 2020, but it was an inconvenience, as you can imagine. But luckily, Mr. Wonderful is clean. His tights are clean. All is good. All is well. I'll be able to rest easy and not have to look for more Mr. Wonderful. Not that I probably would be able to not find Mr. Wonderful, as we already talked about it. He's probably going to be the big peg warmer of the series, which is a shame, but it's tough. You know, we talk about it in our Jakks Classic Superstars videos we do every week. We have a lot of legends in those lines, and a lot of guys, unfortunately, Father Time, we've forgotten all about them, or most people have. And Mattel probably has too. I don't foresee Mattel making a lot of those guys being updated. We're lucky to get the Mr. Wonderfuls of the world and stuff like that, and hopefully that continues. I think it will with this Legend line. If it does well, it should go into the future with some of these other sublines. But there you go. He got him his robe on. I don't got it tied there. I'll get it tied for the glamour shots. But looking good. Obviously, these all fit on stands, on these Ringside Collectible stands. Get those at Ringside Collectibles. Ringside, you know, there you go. So there's Mr. Wonderful here, and then I got the old school Mr. Wonderful in the blue. A very similar figure. I got the blue robe. See how different the face is. You tell me, which face do you like better, red or blue? Pretty close, but I think I like the blue face just a tad better. He's got that crazy crazy eyes Mr. Wonderful that we remember when he went crazy a few times. He's got that crazy eye look in this blue one pretty good. But both solid figures. I'd recommend both of these. You got to have these in both your collection. Maybe some of you younger viewers might not want them both. But once again, really nice to get an updated Mr. Wonderful. I do think he'll be the peg warmer. But at the end of the day, happy to have him in the collection. But next up is the granddaddy of them all. Very well could be the action figure of 2020 for me. You guys know I'm a diehard Warrior. You know what I always say. I like big wrestlers. I like wrestlers in face paint. Ultimate Warrior is my favorite of all time. I am stoked to have this. Let's get down to it. Let's talk Ultimate Warrior. All right, the time has come. My most anticipated figure in a heck of a long time. The Ultimate Warrior has come to Legend Series 8 Target exclusive, and I couldn't be more excited. Let me take this mask off. A lot of you guys may know this mask. This is the mask he is holding as a figure, as this was released right around the time Warrior going into the Hall of Fame, WWE Shop exclusive. Gotta love it. So happy to have this in my collection. And he's holding that in the figure, as you guys know. But like I said, so excited to get this Ultimate Warrior. Nothing ever has happened like this before, if you ask me, where Ultimate Warrior got inducted to the Hall of Fame, was at WrestleMania. The next night, Monday Night Raw, had a nice announcement, a nice speech that'll go down in history as one of the greatest speeches in the wrestling history. And then he died just a few hours after that. It was just crazy. You couldn't have scripted something like that. And this depicts Warrior's final appearance. A lot of people say, oh, this figure's morbid, it's terrible. I don't feel that way at all. This is Warrior's last appearance. This is, our last memories of Warrior. He went out on top, if you ask me. An amazing speech, shaking the ropes. It was just a great, you couldn't have written a final chapter better than Ultimate Warrior in that book. From that Monday Night Raw right before he died, if you ask me. And this is so iconic to me. I'll never forget this. The robe, the suit underneath, and the mask he put on. It was just it was an amazing, amazing event. That's for sure. So glad this depicts this. I'm glad we have this figure. I've said it before in some of my other videos. My goal is to get 3 or 4 of these. I need 1 minimum box. I need 1 loose, and I need 1 at my work office desk. I have my Ultimate Warrior collection. I'm all in on Ultimate Warrior. You can never give me enough Ultimate Warrior figures. So that being said, this is a must-have Ultimate Warrior. Let's take a peek at it. Look at that. Comes with a microphone. Comes with the extra hands, which isn't bad. These hands actually work because he did do some of that pointing when he was in the ring doing this, pointing to the fans in the stands and us on TV that were watching at home. So I do like the extra hands with these. I do love that extra mask. That is a nice, nice touch. The suit's obviously a nice touch. I could see customizers. I don't know. This is probably going to be the hardest one to find in the set, I think. But customizers could do some stuff with this suit. I could see some Triple H customs. So there's a little bit of a customizer's dream with this figure if they want to take the chance to, ruin the Warrior figure. And then he comes with the microphone, of course. Got Ultimate Warrior below. The packaging we've seen. There he is. That final look of the Ultimate Warrior. Just looking dapper in that suit. There you go there. And then you got the back, the full suited look. Just a mind-blowing figure when I first saw this thing announced. I just couldn't believe what I was seeing. The Ultimate Warrior, WWE Champion, Intercontinental Champion. On the Raw after his WWE Hall of Fame induction, Ultimate Warrior delivered a legendary speech to all the Warriors in the WWE Universe. Every man's heart one day beats its final beat. His lungs breathe their final breath. And if what that man did in his life makes the blood pulse through the body of others, his spirit will be immortalized by the memory of those who honor him. You are the legend makers of Ultimate Warrior. Gives you goosebumps just hearing it again. Just an amazing speech. If you haven't seen it, I'm sure it's all over YouTube, the WWE Network. You can easily find it. But just one of those things where at the time you thought it was cool, but then just seeing it after everything happened, just crazy. But let's open it up. Let's open up the Warrior. Let's see what we got here. See you later. And oh boy. Oh boy, I love it. There it is. Look at that. Just insane. Insane amount of detail here. Let me get my blade. He's locked in. A lot of these weren't locked in. He was. Pop these fingers out. Pop Warrior out here. There it is. See you later. Got a little handcuff job here. Man. Man, oh man. I mean, this is like no other Warrior we've had before. I compared some of these other ones to ones we've had in the past. We've never had a suited Warrior. We've never had an older Warrior. You can't compare this to anything else. Wow. I mean, this matte Warrior mask, very similar to like sunglasses. That's how they have it. I thought it was maybe a little strap, but it's just like a pair of sunglasses. Obviously, the 2 pointer fingers, we've seen that kind of stuff before, but man, this Warrior. The suit reminds me a lot of the Triple H exclusive. I think it was a Toys R Us mail-in rebate type exclusive, the suit. It could be a play off that with some tweaks, but that Warrior, look at that. Now that is awesome. Totally awesome. Look at the back here. Look at that coat. Just phenomenal. Phenomenal soft goods coat on here. I don't even know how to display it. I mean, I might need 4 or 5 of these. I might have to have one without the coat on, one with the coat and the mask on. I think I will. I think I will need 5 Ultimate Warriors. That is absolutely insane. I am a crazy person. I should be locked away forever. But I have to. It's just, Warrior meant a lot to me. I know a lot of people hate him, but as a young kid growing up, being of that age, Warrior was everything to me. I remember my 3rd grade school pictures. You know what I wore? I wore an Ultimate Warrior shirt. I had to. I also met Ultimate Warrior briefly in a bathroom at a live event in Des Moines, Iowa when I was a kid, which I still remember to this day. And he was cool to me. He was nice. So a lot of Warrior history with me. I absolutely love him. You guys know that. I talk about him all the time. But man, slam dunk figure. This could be the figure of the year. And you guys know on the channel, we talk lots of lines. We talk Marvel Legends. We talk Star Wars. We talk NECA. We talk Turtles. We talk heavy metal figures. We talk heavy metal. This Ultimate Warrior very well could be the figure of 2020 of all lines, not just Mattel lines. Right off the top of my head right now, I can't think of anything better. We'll get to it. I'll do lists at the end of the year of my favorites of the year. But right now, just the impact of this figure, that speech, bringing it all together, It's a game changer if you ask me. A must-have figure of the Ultimate Warrior. We've had a lot of Ultimate Warriors, but you'll never have another Ultimate Warrior figure like this. I don't really think of these things as holding value and stuff like that, but I gotta believe 10, 15 years from now, this is going to be a pricey figure. I think it will be. That's just my gut telling me that. But awesome. I have no paint flaws on this. It's just a work of art. It really is. Just great. They got his head. They got it all together. They got it looking good. So there you have it. By far the #1 figure of this set. Legend Series 8 Ultimate Warrior. Let's wrap the video up, and I'll put them in order of who I thought was the best and who I thought was the worst. Alright guys, let's wrap up the video, and I got them in order of best to worst in my opinion, and we'll talk quickly about them to finish it off. But first, I did forget, I should have brought this Ultimate Warrior to compare to. How about this one? WWE 2K exclusive Ultimate Warrior. Like 1 of 25, I believe. I don't know if I've shown this one a whole lot. It's a prototype that fell off the back of a truck from China, I guess you'd say. Some of these people, I think there's 25 in the world that are in the Defining Moments packaging. This is actually the prototype, a Chinese sample of that, so it doesn't count as part of that, but I did get this a few years back. Absolutely love this figure, but I tell you what, it doesn't hold a candle to this one. It's good, but not as good as this one. So I'll put that to the side, but I forgot to show that Ultimate Warrior prototype. Thought that was a really cool thing. But obviously, clear-cut winner for me. I talked about it, the Ultimate Warrior, just what this represents. And I love every Ultimate Warrior figure, but this one is just something special. This is clear and away the #1 figure in this Legend Series 8 for me. #2, Jake the Snake Roberts. Maybe that surprises some people, maybe not. But I love that he gets the chase. I would have loved seen Warrior with the chase. I don't know what they could have done, but they could have done something. But Jake the Snake, it's been a while since we've had a real easier to get release Jake the Snake, you'd say. And I love the colors on this one. I love how the blue pops. Just a really good one right there. #3 and 4, to me, these could be switched. You ask me tomorrow, it might be switched around. But Eddie Guerrero, this is definitely not my favorite incarnation of Eddie Guerrero. I was more of an ECW, WCW Eddie Guerrero fan, to be honest with you. I liked him in WWE, but those were when I really fell in love with Eddie Guerrero. His matches with Ray and Dean Malenko in WCW were just phenomenal. So I did love that, but I do like this Eddie Guerrero. Is it my favorite incarnation? It's absolutely not. But as of right now for this video, I'm going to say he's #3. And then finally, no offense, Mr. Wonderful, but I think most people would have him in the 4 slot in this, is Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorf, #4 in the set. Great to get another Mr. Wonderful. This could be the last ever Mattel Mr. Wonderful. We did get a basic in white. We got a legend in blue, and then we got a legend in red. I don't know if there's any more incarnations or enough meat on the bone for any more Mr. Wonderful figures. So there you have it. A solid set. Like I said, I got these today and unboxed them. They are just hitting your stores right now. Be on the lookout these next 2 weeks. Be checking your targets. They should be plentiful. We are seeing shippers out there. But another slam dunk set. I think everybody will be wanting to get at least a piece of this set. And I'm happy to get one right away and take some of this WWE Wrestling Mattel Elite anxiety off my shoulders. I got enough with Ninja Turtle anxiety. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. You guys tell me which one you'd rank in order. Let me know if you're picking these up. Have you got lucky and found these? Do you got a Waylon Jennings out on the hunt for you? Maybe you got a Johnny Cash or a Willie Nelson or a Chris Christopherson working for you. For me, I got a Waylon Jennings, and I appreciate Waylon every day hooking me up. So tell me in the comments your thought on these. Don't forget to like the video. And then don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I do all kinds of reviews, not just wrestling. We got NECA, we got Star Wars, we got Marvel Legends. I'm a jack of all trades in the figure world at this point. But all kinds of reviews. Subscribe to the channel. You never know what we might see next. I appreciate each and every you guys watching. I'm Kyle. This is Mr. Wonderful, Eddie Guerrero, Jake the Snake, my man, the Ultimate Warrior. I'll see you guys all real soon.